Not crying, you're crying. Shut up. The Iron Giant, released in 1999 and is directed by Brad Bird, who is behind such amazing films like The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and The Incredibles 2. That is an amazing filmography. And this film is starring the voices of Jennifer Aniston, Harry Connick Jr., Eli Marenthal, Christopher McDonald, and Vin Diesel. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. I will never not make fun of that man. Hogarth is a curious 9-year-old child who is constantly living out his imagination and looking for a pet to bring home to his house, even though his mother does not allow him to. Well, today is his lucky day because a strange object from space has crash-landed off the coast of Maine, and a giant Iron Man emerges from the crash. So Hogarth befriends the Iron Giant, and they spend the next several days playing make-believe and eating a bunch of metal. But this crash is catching the eye of the federal government, whose senses are heightened due to the fear of the Soviet Union and Sputnik. That damn federal government. They're always crashing the party. So I remember when this film was coming out, there were trailers, there was commercials for them all over the place. It's just one of those movies that I never got around to watching all the way through. However, I am pretty sure that I have seen this movie before, just in bits and pieces. A couple minutes on TV, maybe a clip will pop up online. I have seen this movie, just not 100% straight through. And I never realized this is a Superman origin story. Superman is an alien sent from Earth to escape his dying planet, and because his parents have this dream that Superman would live out his life inspiring us weaker humans, inspiring us to be something better, to look up to the skies and see that figure of Superman flying across and thinking, gosh, he stands for everything that is right, I want to get behind him. We have the beginnings of that Superman origin story here with the Iron Giant. And actually the character Superman is a big catalyst for this character and his journey and the climax of this film. Because this Iron Giant, he's sent to Earth. There was some crash landing that impaired his memory from what I remember from the film, so he can't remember what exactly his purpose is here. But meeting really great people like Hogarth, he learns how great the species of humanity can be. And Hogarth teaches him about Superman and how he stands for truth and justice. And there's this really lovely back and forth with the Iron Giant that you can see him going back and forth between Superman and this other comic book that he's reading. It was just this evil robot, I forget the name of it. But he looks at the evil robot thinking, oh, that's me. I look exactly like that. Am I supposed to be evil? But Hogarth believes that he can be a source for good like Superman. And it's a great back and forth. It's the reason why I love Superman as a character and the mythos of Superman. If you're putting that into this movie, I am 100% all in. And this was around the time when studios started playing with the use of CGI in their animation. I think it looks beautiful. It looks seamless. It looks fantastic here. I always love it when a studio's animation department does well other than Disney, because Disney, of course, that's what they're known for. That's what they're going to do well. But it's always nice to see someone like a Warner Brothers just put out a film like this. It's very hopeful. Disney's gonna own them eventually. They're gonna own us all. Like I said, it's taken me over 10 years to finally watch this movie from start to finish, and I am not disappointed at all. This was beautiful, it was funny, it was gorgeous, and it was heartbreaking at points. What is it about Vin Diesel's voice that allows him to lend it to all of these heartfelt characters that they're inanimate objects? They shouldn't have any emotions. They shouldn't capture our heartstrings so easily, but they do. The Iron Giant, Groot, these characters are so lovable. It's gotta be just that deep voice that Vin Diesel can get down into. I don't know what it says about an actor's acting capability when his most prominent acting roles are roles where he basically says a word at a time, whereas his other roles when he has lines and monologues that he has to deliver are unbearable. I don't know what that says, but it works for this man, which only goes to prove that the Fast and the Furious franchise would be masterpieces if Vin Diesel only spoke in one-word sentences. Family, drive, time. And this film has a really cool hook of Jennifer Aniston as Hogarth's mother. The second she started talking, I was like, that has to be Jennifer Aniston. I grew up in the 90s, I know that voice. This was 1999, so she's coming off her big high of being in Friends, and she plays a lovable mother. And Christopher McDonald as the paranoid federal agent is perfect voice casting. If you want a template for a paranoid federal agent, it's Shooter McGavin. He has great comedic timing, and it only shows forth more in his voice work. This film is great in every aspect. I don't think there's a single thing out of place here. There's not a single thing that took me out of the film. I was so enticed the entire time, and it pulled at my heartstrings. It made me laugh. It made me cry. I love this movie. It is one of the best films I've reviewed this year so far. The way that it takes a look at society and how easily we are to separate ourselves and in an attempt to put up borders and contain ourselves or contain someone else outside of our society. And how easy those walls can come down when we have a figure that stands for hope, justice, and just overall goodness for all humanity. That's what Superman stands for, and that's what the Iron Giant stands for. I'm shocked that we have not gotten a sequel to this film. You think that we would have, even though it ends tragically. There's a nice little cliffhanger that you'd think we'd have a sequel where other Iron Giants are being sent to this planet. I think there's something there. I think we should give it a shot. Hell, it took like 15 years for the first Incredibles film to have a sequel. Why not do it for the Iron Giant? I am 100% behind. I'm gonna give the Iron Giant 5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I think I see blue. He looks glorious.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next. Next one comes as a recommendation from one of my friends from grad school who actually reached out to me a couple of weeks ago. His name is Craig over at Bloodhound Picks. It's his YouTube channel that he co-hosts. They also have a podcast. They really focus on weird, obscure horror films. But he reached out to me a couple of weeks ago to interview me on my process of creating this channel and what you see before you. We had a great 2-hour conversation. I hadn't spoken to him since grad school, so it was really nice catching up with him. I'll put a link in the description of this video so that you can click on it and listen to the interview, but he recommended to me during that interview The Lighthouse, a film that came out last year that I heard it was weird, it was crazy, and the acting performances are absolutely tremendous. I just haven't watched it yet. Willem Dafoe, Robert Pattinson, two great actors. I don't care what anyone says about Pattinson. Yes, he did Twilight, but he has done some amazing work since then, so I'm really excited to check it out. Thank you very much, Craig, for the recommendation. Again, Bloodhound Picks. I'll put a link in the video and a link in the description of this video for you to click on it. Go over there and check them out, and if you like what you see, give them a subscribe, and if any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to keep reviewing on here, then leave your comment below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter and leave your recommendation there. And if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. So guys, have you seen The Iron Giant? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you saw here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit that bell so you know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of The Lighthouse. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.